Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
On the set.
On first down, Schilling. And he's got his man on the out route. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Switch up, switch up. Get it.
2nd and 5. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down.
Set. 10-2 start.
Here we go, D. Check, check. Press down, press down, press down.
They'll run on first down. Barnett, and he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
70, Indy. Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot. Ready?
Looking to throw on second down. Schilling. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 38-yard line.
Well, he's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dress rehearses their script, and right now they're following it to a T.
For that opening drive, so part of the script still to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that, but you can tell that they worked on the script the entire week in practice, and it's paying off for them. All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
This is Jones. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll run it with Jones. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Get him!
Hey, Haywood!
52!
Time!
52's the mic!
You gonna see me in your night!
To throw on second down. Heller. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
Break. 5.
Watch the curve! Watch the curve! Check 43!
Get it.
Throwing on 1st down. Schilling. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starting in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Looking to throw. Schilling. It's wearing the tight end with it. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Bravo.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Schilling. And that is incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Oh, he's got a little daylight. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. On the delay, Jones. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Here we go, here we go. Hand you some.
I'm coming after you. Kill, kill, kill.
Check.
Show it out, show it out. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Hey, check 20. Now.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Heller. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play.
We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous. Check.
On 2nd down now. It's Jones. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, 27 yards, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Bandit. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
2nd and 6. He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
To throw on 3rd down. Schilling. Open man has got it. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st and 10, Schilling. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Throwing again. Schilling. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 41-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Schilling. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. The 20. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 33 yards that time. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Hey, Delta. 51.
They'll look to throw again. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
15 line. 15 line. They're going to need some therapy out there.
2nd and 11. He's going to wind up and air it out. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Throwing to start the drive. Schilling. This one brought in by the 6'5" tight end Waring. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards. This quarterback now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Go, get it.
Operating from the gun. Schilling. He rifles complete. Caught by Moore. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They come out here in the eye. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Switch. No. Check 37.
They'll try the left side. It's Barnett, and not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
Come on, set. Turn 2 stop. You.
They'll try to run this one in. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
Come on now, let's go.
At their own 38-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Heller, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Watch the safety creep. Hey. Leo. Fight.
From the gun, Heller. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Line of scrimmage moves from one 37-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Heller, he'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Operating from the gun. Heller, he can run for it, and he will. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready up.
52, right 52. We want this. Hit it.
On 1st down, Heller. His throw caught at about the 5. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
You ready?
58, Mike.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. Get it.
Looking to throw. Heller. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked.
Intercepted by the Panthers.
Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10.
Watch the shift. Watch the shift. Hey, watch the shift. Watch the shift. Check.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Again, it's Jones. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Ready. 60 yards. Hey, Haywood. They're not ready for this. They still play. Go.
From the gun, Heller. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Schilling. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
Got it.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Throwing after the interception. Schilling. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
57's the mic. 57's the mic.
To throw on second down. Schilling. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Hey, Orbit.
Looking to throw on second down. Heller going to go to Clement here out of the backfield. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
Hey, high 7.
Strip that ball. Strip that ball.
Get it ready.
Off play action. Heller. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Let's go. 30 base.
In your face.
Hey, Echo. Now.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
We want it. Come to my world.
Slam, slam, slam.
Bang, bang, bang. 61. Matchbox lights.
On 2nd down, it's Barnett. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. Hey, here I come.
Big Griffin.
Operating from the gun, Schilling. 20, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, 48 yards, and the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that will shave one more off this lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
They can't hang with us. Twist. Check the backer. Slam. Kill.
Rock it. Get it.
They'll go again to Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Watch twist. Hey, alert 3.
Look, squeeze.
52.
Shoot.
Off the play fake. Heller. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 39. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
On 1st down, Barnett. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Barnett, and he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Panthers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Here we go, D. Here I come again.
Fair.
Tighten up. Watch out.
From the gun, Schilling. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Okay, so thought they might go for it here, down late. Instead, they trot out the field goal unit. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Gay's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
At the 43-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
Brings up 2nd.
Hey, Charlie.
At the Panthers' 48-yard line.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
To throw on 2nd down, Heller. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
The Bucs on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11.
Watch block, motion, block. 49, check.
Hey, foxtrot. Deep grip.
Operating from the gun. Heller. And that is incomplete.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is, and the running back dropped it.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They'll keep it on the ground. Barnett. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run.
90, Wolf. Hey, seam 6.
On 3rd and 2, Schilling.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he's able to get it out of there. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. That'll go as a punt return of 53 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. But they look at
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Cut.
Following the fumble recovery, Heller. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, fourth quarter.
Check 31.
Throwing on first down. Schilling looking for the out route, and he's got more. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. Back to throw. Schilling. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now left side on the swing pass. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Ready. Hey, shoot.
I got you, boy.
Now.
Looking to throw. Schilling. This one middle of the field. It's wearing the tight end. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Bravo.
On 4th down, Schilling. Pressure gets there, and he goes down. Now, there's also a flag, but this might be on the offense anyway. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Here we go. 15 line. 15 line. Hit it.
And they take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they will take a knee here.
A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason, and now I'm listening to you. So for the Buccaneers, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the...
I just got bags from Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up.
vision. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on the